Hey gang, it's Cindy. Welcome to my channel. Today's video, we're gonna do the super exciting information about how I pack cruise essentials into zippered pouches. I know, it's super exciting, I know. Nailed it. So welcome gang. For those of you who are new, my name is Cindy and I am a midlife girl. I am navigating and narrating my midlife with heart, humor, and fabulous hair. Today it's extra fabulous because I made an effort. So if you are new here, I would love for you to subscribe below and be sure to click that notification button so that you're notified whenever I upload new shenanigans. With that, let's jump into today's topic, which is how I organize and pack cruising essentials that kind of help my cruising go a little more smoothly. Any of the products that I mention, I will try to link below if I can find a link. If not, a lot of these things you can find at like TJ Maxx and Marshall's over in the travel section, which is generally like hidden behind the men's dupe colognes and stuff. Random. Anyway, I get the set of 3 graduated sizes of pouches that are zippered. They're super sturdy, and so I'm just going to show you how I pack them, kind of like all the things in it kind of go together. Like Sesame Street, all of these things go together. That's dumb. The mid-size one is what I call my cruising essentials. I'm going to start with this first because as soon as I get my luggage, I pull this baby out and start organizing my stateroom, because for any of you guys that have cruised, you know that like space is at a premium. There's not a ton of storage. If you are an overpacker like me and like all the things, it can get a little overwhelming during the week. These help me with that. So I'm going to show you what I pack in my cruise essentials pack. So the first thing that I do is I pull this pack out and I grab this, and then I grab this. So let's talk about this really quick. I get a lot of DMs from people who are afraid to cruise because they're afraid of norovirus. Norovirus is a thing. You hear about it on cruise ships because cruise ships are held to a higher standard and they have to report it. It's actually way more prevalent on land, in nursing homes, schools, hospitals, daycares. They just don't have to report it. So, I mean, it is a thing and it would ruin your cruise if you got it. So I do take a little bit of precaution and I pick up these Clorox wipes, and I will link down below to which ones they are. They're the only ones that actually kill the virus, and they're really potent. You don't want to touch them too much with your skin. So I bring a couple little vinyl gloves, and I don't know, I pull out like 5 or 6 of these out of the package and stick them in the Ziploc, and I take all of 2 minutes to wipe down anything where my hands are going to touch that other people's hands have touched. So knobs on the cabinets, door handles, light switches, remotes, that kind of stuff. The stateroom hosts do a wonderful job cleaning the room, but it just gives me a little extra, I don't know, security to just take a couple minutes, stick on my glove, grab a wipe, and just kind of wipe down all those surfaces. Inside there, I also carry, this is my zippered pouch. This is the purse that I carry around with me everywhere. On cruises, most people wear their room key on a lanyard, but I like to keep my phone with me because Instagram, duh, you know, pictures. So this is big enough to carry my phone. I usually have a lip balm in there, and then this little pack I got at like Old Navy, and inside here I keep my sweetener for iced tea and Santa hands. I have these stashed everywhere. Again, these don't kill norovirus, but they do kill just about everything else, and I just always have a couple packs everywhere I go. So this is what I carry around with me, and I like it because it's long enough I can wear it as a crossbody, or I can kind of make the straps really short and just carry it as a clutch. It's a little bit, you know, it's like a quilted black with a rose gold zipper, so it's a little dressy. I use it at night at dinners. Anyway, that goes in my cruise essentials bag. I also carry extra Ziplocs because you just never know when you're going to need them. For instance, I also bring my own hand soap because I wash my hands a lot on the ship, and I keep this in my bathroom, and when I'm traveling home I stick it in a Ziploc so it doesn't leak, because I don't know if you can see, but this one actually did leak on the flight home, and I was glad I had it in a Ziploc. So I always bring 2 gallon size Ziplocs with me. That goes in my cruise essentials bag. I always travel with extra Kleenex. Here's my huge big pack of extra Sandy Hands. Okay, and then the only few other things I keep are a pen and Post-it notes. You don't need a ton of them, but these are really great when you want to communicate with like your stateroom host specifically, like, I need more ice, or could I get robes for the closet? You know, can I get an extra towel? It's just a nice way to leave notes for them. If you're traveling with other parties in other staterooms and for one reason or another they're not able to communicate with you through the ship's app, like maybe they didn't bring their phone or whatever, you can just stick this on your door like, hey, we're up at the buffet for the 12th time today or whatever. Just kind of a good handy thing to have. I also carry with me 2 highlighters, or as many highlighter colors as you have people staying in your room, because every night your stateroom host is going to leave a huge paper full of all the activities that are going to be going on in the ship the next day. And so at nighttime I like to kind of go through that, and I highlight with my pretty purple color anything that catches my interest. I usually don't do most of them, but it's just kind of interesting for me to see what's going to happen the next day, especially for sea days when I know we're not getting off at a port or something. I can just quickly go, oh yeah, I was thinking about doing that backstage tour so I can meet some of the entertainers in the theater or something like that. So generally I'm slothing, but it's just kind of fun to see what's going to happen the next day and know that hubby's interested in what's outlined in orange. I'm interested in what's outlined in purple. And then the last 2 things. I keep a battery operated tea light, night light for our bathroom, because cruise rooms, especially if you have an inside room, very dark. And you know, I'm in midlife. I get up and go to the bathroom several times at night, and it's nice not to trip over yourself. And then the last thing is this mass of magnets. So if you've not cruised before, you would not know that all stateroom, I think just about every stateroom in any cruise line is magnetic, because the ships are made out of steel. So because space is at a premium and I like to keep my flat surfaces as picked up as possible, I use these all along my walls, and I hang my purse, my husband's hat, my jacket for the evening, my wrap for my evening wear, any kind of like excursion tickets, the next day's itinerary. I just keep them all on the wall. So when I wake up in the morning, everything's up off of surfaces. Now, we traveled with a couple who had never cruised before on our last cruise, and she walked in our stateroom and she saw all these magnets lined up with all of my stuff, and she was like, I don't want to wake up to that. That's fine. Different strokes for different folks. But I like my magnets. I've tried different magnets. Some of them are stronger than others. These ones really work, these white ones and these multicolored ones. So I will link those below if you're interested in getting some magnets to help organize your stateroom. So that is my Cruise Essentials zipper pouch. The next one I pack is my Pool Deck Beach Excursion pack. Now, if you're on an Alaskan cruise or a Mediterranean cruise, this would be the pack. This would be the pouch where you're going to include anything that you would need on those excursions. And so I was just on a Caribbean 7-day cruise. So of course we were doing a lot of beach days. So this is a beach poolside pouch, and I will show you the things I keep in there. Sunscreen, 50 for my husband, 30 for me, no judging. Clips. I carry 4 of these. I get them at the dollar store. These actually hold your towel onto the pool chairs, because as you know, beaches and generally the higher decks on a ship are kind of windy. These just kind of hold them on there for you. And I thought, you know, if they last one cruise, they're from the dollar store, whatever, I'll go get more. So I always have some in there. I always carry an extra pair of sunglasses, because I generally lose a pair, sit on a pair, step on a pair. I just always have an extra pair of sunglasses. I carry a waterproof phone case. This does work. It's kind of a pain. I have an iPhone 8 Plus, and it won't take pictures through this. Like, it doesn't sense my finger through there, but my husband used this on his kayaking excursion with his iPhone X10, whatever it is, and it worked great. So I will link this below. Totally worth it. Even if you're not going to take pictures, but you don't want to leave your phone like back at a chair, and you feel better with it on you, literally, then this will keep it waterproof, and this little thing in here keeps it floating so it doesn't drop. Love that little dude. I always pack water shoes because I have very sensitive feet. These are my rainbow ones. I will link these below. I love these. I made my husband wear them even though they have kind of pink rainbow on them. His feet were fabulous on his excursion. Just saying. Comb for the fabulous hair. Yeah, more Santa wipes. I told you guys I have these stashed everywhere. The reason I have so many of them is because you eat all the time when you're on a cruise, and I generally, especially after I've touched all the handles on the buffet, I go back and I use a Santa wipe to wipe my hands before I actually start eating. And so I just always have them with me. And I think, nope, the last thing is kind of weird. I always pack baby powder and one of these El Cheapo chip brushes, because if you're a person like me who absolutely cannot stand the feeling of sand on your feet when you're getting your flip-flops back on, this right here is like a little mini spa for your feet. So if I can find the clip, I'm going to put it in here of me doing this. You just sprinkle this on your feet and you use your brush. It gets all the sand off, first of all, and it just makes your feet feel so soft and so fabulous. So I always travel with this. It's the most random thing ever. So the other thing I sometimes put in my beach bag, not always, is like a wet bag. I actually use a laundry pouch thing that's it's water resistant, because sometimes you'll change clothes on a port day. You might be going to the beach and then doing something else, and you want to change into your other clothes, and so you just want to have something to put your bathing suit in. One of those big gallon-sized Ziplocs will also do the trick. I'm just saying. I just happen to get these with a packing cube set that I purchased. So I just always stick that in my bag. So that is my beach excursion or pool deck bag. The only other little pouch I bring that's in that set of 3 is laundry essentials. Now, some ships do not have passenger laundry available. The two lines I've been on is Disney and Princess, and they do have laundry facilities available on most decks. And so I just bring this. It's got Tide Pods, a Tide pen, and shout wipes. So when it's time to do a load of laundry, I use one of my packing cubes for my dirty stuff, and I just grab my pouch and go, and I've got everything I need. I mean, how about that tan? Yeah, I recorded that a couple weeks ago. The tan is sadly gone away. Still have my fabulous hair. So you want to know how I learned how to pack and organize those little pouches and things? I took a class, you guys. I took an Intro to Cruising masterclass with my buddies, Sherry and her boys at Cruise Tips TV. So the course is going to address the biggest challenges that like new cruisers would face, whether they're like trying to plan a cruise or booking a cruise, all the ins and outs. As soon as you sign up, you get access to 20 videos. There's downloads for packing checklists and planning checklists. You'll learn tips and tricks and hacks for saving money and time so that your cruise will be smooth sailing, whether it's your first or your 50th. I mean, 50 cruises, you guys. That's a real goal for me. So if you are new to cruising and just a little overwhelmed by all the things that you think you need to know to do that, or if you're a seasoned cruiser and you just love all things cruising like I do, definitely look into that class. What's awesome is that they are offering my viewers and my followers, both on Instagram and here over on YouTube, a discount code. You just need to use a Midlife Girl at checkout, and I put the link down below in the description box with all the other links. So I hope you'll go over and give Sherry and her husband and her little boy, they call him Junior Editor, cutest ever. Cutest ever. Head on over there and subscribe. Tell them I sent you. And if you're interested in the master course, a link will be down below.